Hey everybody, Steve Browski here. Good day. Hope you all are doing as well as can be given the challenging times that we're in, but hopefully we're on the tip of the sphere as we start moving in the right direction here worldwide. So without further ado, I want to jump into tip 5 of 101 tips to ace your promotional exam. I've already published tips 1, 2, 3, and 4 on my YouTube channel, and now we're going to jump into tip 5. So let's get going here. So as a reminder, my website, code3firetrain.com, has a lot of great free information to help you or anybody be the best you can be, regardless of the rank that you aspire to or want to stay at. So lots of good info there, especially on the free stuff link. All right, again, these are based off of my latest book from Fire Engineering Books and Videos, 101 Tips to Ace Your Promotional Examination. And I've got a 25% off code that I'm hoping still works. As you can see there, use 101 Tips, uppercase, through fireengineeringbooks.com, their website. If you have any issues with that, let me know, reach out to me. All right, tip 5. As we talked about other tips, think and act like the position that you aspire to whenever the opportunity arises. What that means is that a lot of people sometimes just, go through their life. They got their current position they're in right now, and they're planning for promotion. They're going, okay, I'm a firefighter right now. I'm preparing for the captain's test. Perfect. And they may get together with other, firefighters and have a study group. Maybe they may be reading their books to prepare for the written test, maybe practicing by themselves, rehearsing by themselves, just, doing those things. Those are all good without a doubt. And I think the thing is that when I say think and act like the position that you aspire to whenever the chance arrives, that doesn't just mean doing things on your own or even just studying as a group. Those are great. But it's also taking the next step. If you want to be a captain, hopefully you've already talked to your captain and, told them your aspirations, let them know it's like, hey, Cap, I'm preparing for the next captain's test. Can you be a resource for me? Can I get a chance to pick your brain? Can I, can you mentor me? All those other things that you should have already done already, and hopefully they've been doing for you. But if not, ask those questions. Ask them things like, hey, I know you're in charge. I'm not trying to step on your toes. I'm not trying to do your job. You got the job. I want the job. So can you maybe help me? Can I maybe switch seats with you? A lot of departments allow the firefighter in the back that wants to take the captain's test to flip-flop seats with the company officers. The company officer rides in the back, or maybe the driver wants to prepare for the captain's test. So captain's the driver, driver's, the captain. We used to not do that in our department, and thankfully a number of years ago we did allow that to provide some more one-on-one mentoring experience. Now if it's code 3 call, the world's coming to an end, life-threatening emergency, we want our captain in that seat, nothing personal. But for the most part, most of our calls are not that critical, life-threatening, must have. And plus the captain's still there on scene. But for most routine calls, we allow that to happen, and we've found tremendous value to allow the aspiring company officer to swap seats. You still have a company officer in charge of the crew. You still have them being at the 30,000-foot view, overseeing and providing guidance and everything else to the firefighter that's preparing to become a captain. But it's awesome to have that one-on-one mentorship, because again, as we know, when we get promoted to a position, it's us. Or when we're acting the position, it's us. All eyes are looking at us, and it's not easy to get a lot of mentorship, at least within the walls of your apparatus or in your firehouse. So, hopefully you've got that good company officer, for example, if that's the position you want, that is willing to say, hey, yeah, let's switch spots. Hey, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to test you. I'm going to throw things at you. Take those advantages of them. Can you maybe do the reports for them? Can you do the NFIRS report when you get back to the firehouse, whatever documentation is required, and it's not just call activity. It's just day-to-day activity. Maybe it's the daily reports, the monthly reports. Maybe it's entering the training records. Maybe it's entering the company inspection records, the hydrant maintenance records, whatever it is you do in your department, to log things. Again, a lot of times the company officer is the one responsible for those things, but under their direction, it doesn't mean that the firefighter or engineer can't do those things, as long as, again, trust but verify. And you need that supervisor to actually not just check the box, oh yeah, good job, but provide honest feedback, based on their experience. And then let's say you're a captain, for example, and you want to become a battalion chief. Well, you may not have the opportunity to have a battalion chief in your same station. That may be more challenging, whereas easier for a firefighter or captain to excuse me, a firefighter or engineer to have that company officer to bounce things off of and, think and act like they are because they're in the same firehouse, same kitchen table, same dorm, same whatever, same day room. But if you're a company officer, and you want to be a battalion chief. Let's say you've got one battalion chief that oversees four, five, six, seven stations. That may not be as easy to maybe reach out to the battalion chief, but hopefully your BC provides FaceTime on a regular basis and comes by and, you know, not just dropping off the mail. Here you go. I know they're busy. I get it. I used to be a BC, but again, as a captain, let them know your aspirations and hopefully you have a good battalion chief. I remember BC Dan Dunlap when he was still on the job. He wasn't at my station, but he'd come by pretty regularly. He's like, because he knew I wanted to be a battalion chief. Hey, Steve, here's a situation. Hypothetically, he wouldn't name names or share exact situations, but he'd be like, okay, Steve, you're the BC, you get this phone call. How do you handle it? And I'd be like, holy moly, that's the type of stuff you get. And he's like, yep. But it was great because he's right there and he's doing the job. And I get to go, well, I think I would do it this way. And he'd be like, okay, that's a good start. That's a good thought. Good idea. But did you think about that? Did you think about this? Did you consider this? Did you consider that? And I'd be like, holy moly, no, I didn't. It was an awesome mentoring experience. And he would do that, not every shift, but he'd come by at least usually once a week or once a tour and just, deliver the mail, but also check in with the crew, see how things are going, provide us updates, but also do some career development mentoring time with me. And it was awesome. So again, when you're in that position that you're preparing for the next step position, hopefully you can do a lot on and off the job of always thinking and acting like the position you aspire to, and even ask questions in a non-threatening manner of, hey boss, hey, I'm not second guessing you, not questioning you, but is it possible maybe get your thought process and feedback of why we ended up doing that? And I'm not saying in the heat of the battle. I mean, when you're on the emergency scene, decisions need to be made. Let your boss be the boss. But maybe after the fact, hopefully you've got an awesome relationship where you can, hey, boss, if I was in your shoes, and again, I'm not you, you're not me, you've got the job, you've got the experience. I'm trying to learn from you. You're the mentor, I'm the mentee. You know, I would have probably tried to put the hose line maybe in that direction. Would that have been a bad choice, or any suggestions of why your method was preferred? And they may go, heck, yours would have worked good too. I didn't think of it. This seemed to be the best thing to do, and it seemed to work. Okay, okay. Or they may say, well, actually, Steve, the way I chose to do it this way. Your thought is a good thought, but now let's think at the more tactical, if not strategic level. The reason I chose to do it this way was because of this and that. And you may go, wow, I never even thought about that. Right, exactly. Because again, as a firefighter, we think usually task level, and then at each level up, you get to become more tactical and strategic. So I think really that's what it comes down to is you've got to have a good relationship with your boss, and you've got to be able to be that one that is able to either ask questions, again in a non-threatening manner, and hopefully get some good advice from your boss. So I think in all reality, regardless of the position that you aspire to, you got to find mentors, you got to build relationships with those folks that are in the positions for a number of reasons. But anytime you can think and act like the position that you aspire to, and hopefully especially have live real-time feedback from those that are in the position, bonus plan, baby. So, think and act like the position you aspire to whenever the opportunity arises. And you know what? It's only going to help you not just prepare for the position, but when you're in that test on game day, you've already been thinking like whatever rank that is. So it's not just like, I wonder how I'd handle that. You can't prepare for everything, but there's a good chance you can prepare for the majority of stuff that you may face on test day, not to mention game day when you get to act or get promoted. So, hey, with that, if nothing else, within this tip, and I like to give credit where credit's due. As you've seen, if you've seen the book or heard me speak on the other tips, within this book, there's a number of voices of experience, leaders from around the country, all ranks, all types of departments that were kind enough to contribute like a page or two to the book. So three of the voices of experience for this tip that help provide their feedback: my buddy Captain Paramedic Jim Moss from Missouri Metro West Fire Protection District. He also published the new book Firefighter Success, excuse me. It's an awesome book. I encourage you to check it out there. Also, my buddy Fire Chief Rich Gasway, retired out of the state of Minnesota. one of the best at situational awareness. Dr. Gasway is a regular speaker around the country at all types of departments to be able to, help people be safe and be the best that they can be. And then also my buddy Deputy Chief Jacob McAfee from North Central Fire Protection District, which is next to Fresno, California, in the Central Valley there. He also provided some of his words of wisdom as well too. So here's some of the friends, mentors, brothers that contributed to this section. Again, great takeaways for you and for anybody. So here it comes. If you're always thinking and acting like the position that you aspire to, you're not only going to do better on the tests, but as I shared, you're going to do better in the position, which is the most important part. So, hey, as always, thank you very much for the gift of your time, my contact information, my social media footprint. I look forward to helping you in some capacity, and hopefully connecting at some point in the world. So until the next time, until the next tip, y'all be safe, y'all take care, and we'll see you soon, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.